Hello, Bridge students. Today we're going to be working on making a scatter plot the way you would in a real job in the real world, and that would be using technology. And so let's take a look here. There's several ways to do this. One program I really like a lot is Desmos. So you can go in there through Google or another search engine and go directly to Desmos. You can also download Desmos as an app, which I really recommend doing. There's a lot there. So what you do here is you just hit start graphing. I recommend signing in. It's best to sign in with your EGUSD information. You should already be able to sign in under Google that way. Some of you have done that already for me. But if not, I recommend strongly you do that. Even if you don't, though, you can still make a scatter plot. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to the upper left, and I would love to circle this using my little pencil device, but it doesn't work with Desmos that I can see. And so I'm just going to have you look to the upper left and see there's a little plus button. The plus button gives us a drop-down menu, and it creates a table in the first cell off to the left here. And what I'm going to say is that my independent variable, remember we're looking at, I don't know if I said actually, that we're looking at running times here for this project. And we're looking at the half-mile time and how many minutes you spent practicing. That's going to be on the x-axis. And what time you got in the half-mile. That's going to be on the y-axis. So this person in a week spent 10 minutes practicing for the half-mile, and their time was 300 seconds. That's about 5 minutes. The next person spent 10 times that amount practicing and got some payoff in terms of their time spent, or the time they got in the half mile. They were able to do it in about 4 minutes. This next person spent an hour during the course of the week running. Their time was 250 seconds. The next person really practiced hard. Hold on. And big payoff. Their time went down to 140 seconds. That's about 220. That's a solid 8th grade time. Really good. So this person practiced a lot, not quite as much as the other person, and got an even better time. And in truth, life is not always fair. They did 135 seconds. And then we have a few more people. This person practiced for 30 minutes. Their time was 275. Next person, 150. 200. This is the actual data I want you to use. You'll see in the assignment, but this is the data we're using. 120. 190. Two more. 40. 270. And 200. Now what's amazing here is that we already have a scatter plot. And you might be saying, no, we don't. But if we use our fingers, if we have a touch screen, or our mouse, if we don't, to resize this guy, you'll see, ladies and gentlemen, that here is our scatter plot. And there's an interesting trend going on here. You might notice that each of these dots, just as a reminder, is one of the points we graph. There's the person who practiced for 300 minutes and got a time of 140 seconds. This person practiced for 120 minutes and got a time of 190 seconds, etc. Okay. Now, the incredible thing about using technology is that we don't have to hand calculate our line of best fit like we did in the last video and like you have practiced in your homework last week. Instead, there's a trick. What you do is you go into the next box over here at the left. You're going to type Y1, and the little subscript 1 comes up automatically. Then you type, and on my keyboard, this is off to the upper left. It's a little tilde symbol, a little squiggly line. It's not an equal sign. Y1, and then there's this squiggly symbol. And then we type in MX1 plus B. And amazingly, right there is our line of best fit already. And right here we have, again, I can't point to it with my pencil, but if you look in the bottom of the box labeled 2 on the left over here, you'll see where it says parameters. And it says M equals negative 0.53, blah, 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 and B equals 288.472. Personally, I would say roughly that our line of best fit, and this is what I'm going to have you write down in your Google Doc eventually, is negative 0.5x. I think that's close enough. Negative 0.5x or negative 0.5x plus a y-intercept of, let's round 288 to 290. That's going to be close enough. Now what do we do with this? Well, we need to get this into a Google Doc. There's a couple ways to do it. One, if you know the snipping tool on your Chromebook, you can just snip it out and snip it into a Google Doc, what you have here. The other thing, which is kind of slick, is if you look at the upper right next to where it says sign in, up here in Desmos, there's a little trophy, and then the next item is an arrow. And if you click on that arrow, it'll say share your draft. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit copy here on the right. I'm going to open up a Google Doc. This is one from a previous try I did before, so I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to hit paste. And right there is our document. In the next video, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we interpret this document, how we write up the information. But for now, here it's copied and pasted into our Google Doc right here. And if you want to click on it just to make sure, let's open the link. See how slick that is. There we are with our work. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you are able to make a scatter plot using Desmos. If you struggle with this, I'm also going to include another YouTube video, including one about how to do it in Google Sheets. You can't make ones that are quite as flexible, I don't think, in Google Sheets, but it is possible. So there's always that backup, but try Desmos. It's a powerful tool.